What's going on, everybody? It is a beautiful sunny day here in Colorado. Finally get a break from this cold weather, so let's get to the shop. And all my excitement has just been squashed. So the only problem is with all this snow and then the constant temperature change, we now have a flood. So we have tried our best to get all the snow out from in front of the shop door, and we need a new seal on that door. But all this weather today decided to say, hey, let's just melt all the snow and let all the water inside. So Joe's gonna grab the shop vac and clean up some of this real quick. It's not our first rodeo, but this is a lot of water. I mean, yay. So, whoops. Life goes on. There are much other things to be unhappy about, but whatever. So Joe will take care of that. And in the meantime, I've got to figure out what we're working on. How much water's in there? Ah.
Yeah, that last round didn't get a whole lot.
We've been keeping everything shoveled out here and working on all this to keep the snow out, and when it gets 50 degrees, all that water has to go somewhere, so we're starting to shovel it more and more back away. And yeah, so far, all reality, for as much snow as we've had, this ain't bad. We've been able to keep this pretty dry, and we've just about got the ice patch out here gone. It's often a never-ending battle, but meh, it is what it is. So, ready to go do some race car stuff?
Yep. Yeah, I'm done with this, whatever this is.
Joe has essentially made a giant hair dryer.
Yep. Very big hair dryer.
Hot air, it's blowing, and it's drying.
That is hard right there.
Hey, it's working. And the shop floor is a little cleaner. Last video you saw us actually put the car on tires and finish up a bunch of little stuff with the IFS. So now we're at a point that there's just a ton of little stuff we have to do. So we're gonna start at the front of the car and just start working our way back, knocking stuff out on the list and seeing where we end up. And that'll pretty much be what we're doing from here on out. So there's a couple of things we need to finish up on the sway bar in the bash bumper. After that, I don't know. So we're just gonna get to work, and we'll kind of talk to you and tell you what we're doing as we go. Time to mount the brake pedal and mount the throttle pedal wherever it's at. Okay. Look what I found, Joe. What is this?
Found a
What is it?
accelerator pedal with my letter. That's my name.
No, what is that?
That's a pedal.
It's the what pedal?
Accelerator pedal?
No. What else is it?
The go fast pedal?
Gas pedal.
It's a gas pedal. What? Why not? I don't know.
The real question is positioning.
Well, let me put this in there and you can sit in there.
Yeah. And I can take off my awesome NRG steering wheel, quick release, SFI related. Blah. Okay, you don't sit in there with your hoodie. Just so you know, you are filthy.
I'm sure. I didn't have much of a choice.
I feel bad. I cleaned all this area while you were laying in the dirt.
No.
One goes up here.
I'm trying to figure. Yeah, I just don't know which hole.
This one's really tricky. It's a pain.
So, is it the rear one or the front?
Well, you're close.
Well, there's two holes.
Are you connected to anything?
So right there.
Are you connected to this at all?
No,
You gotta
but
connect to that first.
just for you to figure out where this goes.
Yeah, because we gotta see the throw of the pedal.
Okay.
Sorry. It's not that difficult. It's a perfect length bolt. Does this come off?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, the cat.
Aw, man.
We figured that out a long time ago.
We don't have any brake fluid.
We don't have any brakes.
No, I gotta order brake fluid.
Oh.
Because we're not running the cheap
Okay,
crap.
so question is, because it's in that hole, does this one line
For
up?
brake fluid, we run the Willwood 500 or
Aw.
600 degree fluid.
Dang it. There's a bolt that goes right there.
Yeah, it's. We gotta
Right there.
If you take the pedal off, can you just drill right through where it goes?
Yeah, you can drill all the way up through here.
I'll get you a drill bit. I got you a drill bit.
Okay. Thank you. You know I'm gonna put a hole this big in your car, right?
No, give it back. It was a joke. Come on, man. Joe's the only guy that can play a joke and give him a 1-inch drill bit, and he'll bore a hole with it.
Yeah, but I need you to push down on that. Not right. Yeah, not right in the middle. Thank you.
I don't know when it's gonna pop through.
Yeah. But I didn't use the big drill bit.
Yes, you did.
So I ended up using the big drill bit, but this is what my intent was. So this hole, we had to make a hole there because that's where the brake bracket goes, but now that sits there.
It's not this panel's not a.
So now this panel's not, yeah. So now we can just pull the panel off.
Do not hate on this wiring. There's a lot just sitting here. At the
It
moment.
actually is very organized. It's just
It
not
is. It's just not loomed
at
and
the moment organized.
heat shrinked and all that. I'll finish that last. It all works though. Joe is getting the brake pedal set up.
Maybe.
Kinda. You can kind of see it better from this side. Not quite.
It's just being a little.
You can see our servo there. That goes to our steering. And of course you already saw the drive shaft. So, funny thing on this drive shaft, there's something weird with this yoke. Only 2 of the holes line up. Thankfully, and sorry I'm bouncing the camera off of the car. It holds it in place so we can get it mocked up at least. Yeah. Weird. I gotta look into that Monday. The rear one's fine though, so that's good. So now, it's interesting how flat this currently is to the seats. We may lower that pedal down a little bit, but we'll see. I gotta hop up in there, find out. Left foot right there. I don't know what the easiest way in is. Yeah, that brake pedal is not the right place.
What do you mean it's not the right place?
It needs to be like over there.
Well, I haven't adjusted.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah, I'm not real. Not the spot it's supposed to go. Everybody made fun of me for having such a high roof on it. Like, why is it so tall? I'm like, it's not. I like space. I've bounced my head off a tube. I don't like it.
Yeah, we still got 23 ones.
Funny thing is, actually, I could probably come up an inch on this seat, but no. What a wire is there now?
Oh, I need that for that.
Oh, yeah, so this is definitely too close. The real question is,
13. Hold on.
on the brake, how much do we have to work with?
On the right here?
Pedal?
A
Yeah.
lot. I told you it's not on. It's just a couple threads to get it started.
Okay. Coming to you from inside the car now. So what we are doing is getting this pedal set up so it's in its ideal position. And then one thing I noticed when I come off this pedal, if I have to hit the brake really fast, it's coming this way, my foot can actually get caught right on that lip. So the cool thing is with this, we can actually take out those 4 bolts right there, and we can shift the entire pedal, or just the pad, left. And so that would give me just enough room that would work well for that. So, yay!
But you also just pushed that a ½ an inch out further, so it might actually be outside of the chassis.
That's fine, we'll figure that out. Now that that's moved, we move this guy out of the way. Push down, come off it, and there's nothing for my foot to get hooked on. Sweet!
Thought I wasn't allowed to sit in the seat come over.
Yeah, actually, hold on, let me wipe your back off. That's like, don't just take this hoodie off.
Because I'm cold. You want to vacuum me off?
Yes.
Are you done petting me? That's not even doing anything. Ow!
You're good!
It won't be this easy to get in and out when there's a roof on.
You must move this seat.
Daniel's over here playing around. What are you doing?
I think he moved this seat.
Moved the seat.
This thing is...
It had permanent mounts in it.
Well... Oh. Yeah, it's not adjustable.
He did not move that seat. You just got used to the new car already.
Yeah.
But look, you are a lot tighter on that steering wheel.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is right here, which, honestly, it's not bad. I mean, but the one thing I didn't like is this. Because when I did that flip, and this hit when I was completely upside down, my head hit when this hit the ground, it caved in and hit my head. And because I had my Hans on, I felt it push my neck down, and that was sore. That is not good.
So this was the car that you did your flip in?
Yeah.
Can't even tell.
This bar you could, but we fixed it. It was dented a little. You might be able to see a little bit right there.
See how it kind of pulls away just a little bit from the roof.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. But yeah, this was... And then the T case, you gotta... Oh, I hated
But
that.
Corey's a lot smaller, so
It doesn't work for him either.
it doesn't work for him either.
It needs some changes, but it's definitely tight. Wow, I forgot how... So there was a day me and Jordan went out and he said this car felt claustrophobic, and even compared to that car now, yeah, this is tight.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, we're redoing all these switches, all these gauges. So to be honest with you, I may just cut this entire section out here since we're going to rewire and get rid of all this stuff. Because with the Holly Dash, you don't need 50 gauges, because this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh yeah.
So we have intake temp, boost, because this has a Torque Storm supercharger on it. Wideband, tack is up there, and then over here we have our tranny temp, our what is that? Oil pressure, water temp, fuel pressure, and voltage, and a myriad of other switches here. Custom switch panel. Still like that though. All sorts of fun stuff. Why are you hating? Were you there when I flipped it?
Daniel wrecks everything.
I know. But hey, on the bright side, the water's slowly going away. It's amazing how much you can get rid of with a fan. We're gonna grab some tube now and start making the tube. We're gonna use some tube now and start actually making the final throttle pedal assembly now that we know where it's going to go. Somebody was asking about the sway bar. It's tight, but it clears. So,
We're just gonna have to be careful with that jam now.
Rotates there and rotates. But we already showed it to you at full bar. But cool. Gotta do a little bit of alignment work, but
That's close.
not too bad. Gotta check our camber angles for sure. So definitely got a little camber going on top and bottom, but we'll get her dialed in. All right, we used some 1-inch DOM to build the structures you saw there. Put a bend in it and notched it for the tubes, and then that will be what I'll build the floorboard whole assembly out of, because it's not really structural, more than just floor. So I'll be working on that, and then we'll set the gas pedal again with the final position with the tab, and then that will take care of everything for us. I've got an interesting thought, and I think I'm going to go with it. At least test it out at first. So when it comes to the gas pedal, normally my foot sits like this with this specific pedal. It sits flat to the floor, and that's what you got. But I kind of like it like this. Put the floor a little lower, because then my heel has it's got a hard stop. So as you're bouncing through the whoops, it's not causing you to be on and off the throttle. So I don't know what you'd call that, but because again, when you're bouncing around, your foot's going to want to move, so it might not be as steady. But if my heel is pushed up against the bar and it kind of uses support, it allows me to then use my foot. It just feels like I have so much more control over the throttle because my heel is planted and it pivots instead of just sliding around and just kicking into it. It just, I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think. It's just something different that kind of popped in my head as we were working on it, and I don't know, but well, we'll just kind of have to wait and see what happens and test her out. We're gonna wrap it up for tonight. We'll follow back up with you guys in the morning. Joe won't be here, but I'll be here all day working on the car and getting a bunch done, and yeah. I don't know what to say now. All right, I'm back at the shop. Time to get back to work. I'm going to be getting a lot of stuff done, so we'll just set the camera up and we'll kind of explain to you what I'm doing as I go. That was a lot going on there. Sometimes you just gotta focus and get the work done, and a lot of stuff's coming together. So the front end is really taking shape. Needed to get a lot of these tubes in and just really start assembling it all and putting it together now that we know basically where everything goes. So starting to get some of the structure in that we needed, the last tubes. So I was talking about the lacing tubes, kind of fill everything together. And then you saw me working on some of this up here, more gusset tubes. Oh, forgot to tack that one. Need to tack that. Yeah, so there's gonna be more tubes back here. We're gonna gusset there to there. I want to make some plates here to really tie all this together. The biggest thing normally is you have a tube going straight across here to support and keep it from bowing in or bending in at all from the shock load. But I can't exactly do that, so I'm thinking that I'm just going to run a tube from there up to here, just a steeper angle that supports it off the center of the tube here. But I'm still working on all that. And then, of course, once I finalize the steering, yeah, I got to finish up this brace here and add some, I think we'll be coming down with some tubes in the center there to tighten that up and just brace it up. But, yeah. I didn't necessarily know if we needed that tube there, but if a rock hits it, I just want everything just ties together. You know, that goes and flows all the way up into the chassis. The front now, anything up front, if anything hits right there, it flows down into the chassis and it just spreads it out and just gives it a little bit of a better structure as a whole that I think a rig like this needs. And of course the bumps, I had some ideas, I don't know, kind of went with it. So this center tube flows out and then kind of flows into this, so it's kind of a line that carries across there. And then we've got, I tried like 3 different gusset designs, and this is the one I came up with. It's just simple and effective. It keeps this from pushing in, and then this kind of supports it laterally. And then one more gusset up here acts as, again, just keeps it from going in. And once this is all welded, I think that's good. We'll just have to kind of see if there's any issues long term. You know, we can add more, modify anything. And then, of course, all the floor. This was a bit tricky. Obviously, you saw me and Joe working on it, but I'm really happy with how this is coming together. It just... I don't know, it just kind of works. So and then you saw what we're doing there. So next I got to build the floor pan in there, and then I got to build some kind of cradle to wrap around the drive shaft, so if something happens, it just contains it. It'll probably be removable. It'll almost have to be removable, but I'll figure that out. I'm happy with the progress. We're getting there. I only did the one side. I still got to do the whole driver side tubes. But now that I know what I'm doing, I don't have to think about it. It's just a matter of copying the passenger side. So anyways, hope you like this video. It's definitely a lot of just time lapse and video me working. So it's more just kind of keeping you guys in the loop, what's going on, and just showing everybody what we're doing and letting you guys see the car come together. So if you like the video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Shoot us some comments in the comment section what you think about stuff. If you think something we did is wrong, tell us. If you didn't like something, tell us. If you like it, definitely let us know. And we try and get back and respond to all our comments and interact with everyone on there, and we have a good time. So also, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. We do giveaways every 500 subscribers, and we're about 150 subscribers away from our next giveaway at 4,500. We've been growing a lot. It's really awesome to see the growth. The more we grow, the more we do. So hope you guys had a good time. We'll see you next time. There's no fist bump for Joe, so you get 2. Fist bump for you, fist bump for